Good morning. My name is Charity Lindberg and I am a consultant with Close to My Heart, and today I'm going to share with you guys the Bloom with Grace Scrapbooking Kit. So these kits that Close to My Heart has are quite fun because there's not very much cutting. This here is the first layout. It has this beautiful cutout of a maple leaf. So this is the page I'm going to be demoing because we only have half an hour this morning. So that's the first set of pages. And then this is the second set. And I will show you a little bit of how I did these flowers. Just, if you guys can see that. I just gave them some extra dimension because they're just die cutouts. And this is the third layout that this kit makes. So I only can demo the one page with you guys this morning, but if you go to, I'm going to put a link in the comments to my Facebook page, and if you go there, you'll be able to see throughout the weekend I'll be doing demos of the other pages. So the first thing, I was just going to talk about some of the things that come in your kit. So the first thing is this instruction booklet. You also get these Bloom with Grace wood shapes, and these are photo placeholders. So if you don't have your photos, you can use these to make the pages and then put your photos in later. And I'll also give you some other good tips for those. And there's that. And so in this instruction guide, it gives you instructions on how to cut your paper. So the first thing I always do, all our paper comes with zip strips on the top. So I cut those off and then I put them on the layouts they're supposed to go on. And then I go to the actual different papers that are in here. So I'm only, because we only have so much time, I'm just going to show you this one here of how to cut that one. I do a lot of, they do tell you in here your orientation of your paper to do these. And I'm just going to show you on this layout here, these two here, they have this striped paper with the stripes going down. Now, for me, the way I like things, I like my stripes to go the other way, like shorter. So I always do my stripes that way. So I'm just going to change my paper orientation. So to do that, instead of cutting with my paper up and down, like they tell you in this guide here, I'm just going to switch it sideways like this. So we need one piece that is 12 inches by 1 3/4. That's our first piece here. That's the instructions it tells you right there. And then what I do is I make piles. So I make piles for my different layouts. So they're labeled 1, they're labeled 2, and they're labeled 3. So I just take and put those in their respective piles. And the other one for 3 is this 2 3/4. So I've changed the orientation so my stripes are going to go the other way. But that's totally up to you. It depends on how you like your stripes to go. And then we'll do this piece here for 2, layout 2. So then this is a 2-inch piece, but we're going to turn it over because we're going to do this. Ones are for this variegated paper, which is so pretty. There we go. That's for layout number 2. And then we're going to do another 2-inch strip for that one. And we're just going to spread my arm out here because we're going to shorten this to 9 inches. There we go. That's for layout number 2. And then we still have to cut these pieces here. One thing you'll notice, so the first little box here, it says, so the patterns they want you with that, if they want it, see this little asterisk here? That's why I knew these ones were for the back side. Hope that makes sense. You guys can see that. Sorry, the sun is coming up through my room here this morning. Here is these ones all here, and you can tell that they're all going to be this striped pattern. And you can go to I actually flip and I look at the actual layout and I can see, okay, they're not using any of this variegated pattern paper. So it's all striped side. So to do that, I just need to cut a 2-inch piece of this. There we go. So then this piece is our scrap piece left over. Put that off to the side. And then we're going to cut all these. So I like to just cut at 6 inches and then cut them into, because these are all 2-inch pieces, cut them into 2-inch pieces from there. There we go. There. So now we have these 6, but we also need this one little piece here. So that one is 1.5 by 1 1/4. You can tell because of the little asterisks that we need this side of the paper. So we're just going to cut it off at 1 1/4. Trim it down to 1.5. And that is for layout 3. Little dovetail for layout 3. So there. So now we've cut all these papers. I already cut all these, so you guys don't have to watch me do that. This is just the variegated side. You can see it's all the little asterisks. And then this paper pack, or the workshop kit, has 2 papers in it. See these 2 right here? So these 2 papers you can't get in the regular paper pack, only in the workshop kit, and that's what they use on. That's what I cut up here. So now that we have all that cut up, we can just go to our actual pages that we're going to put together. So they tell you right here what base pages to use. So when I first made my piles of the different layouts, I put out my base pages first. So now we're going to just do this one page here. So I'm going to show you how they do this little prep work. So I'm going to go get my pile that I made of all the pieces for layout number 3. So here's all our layout number 1, sorry. So here's all our pieces that we have in this pile. And this is ones from a bunch. These are the die cutouts. So we just need to punch out these ones. So these punch out, as you can tell, they punch out just so easy. They're good quality die cut. It's nice. You don't have to do any stamping or prep work. It's all done for you. I absolutely love that about these kits. This here is the punch out for our leaf. And they have already, it's already punched out, and it's got the stitching around it. So away we go. No extra work at all. And these are the little journal strips. We'll set them up here too. Here, maybe I'm just going to put these off to the side down here, all of my little die cuts. There we go. And now this one, we're going to punch out this. And we're using the negative instead of the actual leaf, like this. And then they use this leaf, they put all the other punch outs that you need for the 2 layouts. So we're just going to set these off to the side down here. Okay, so now we have all the cutouts cut out, and now we're going to just separate the pieces we need out of the cut pieces. So what we need, so this is for the second. Let's look at all the different patterns of 2x2 pieces we have to make this background here that we're going to make to go underneath this leaf cutout. So for the mats, these 3 mats go on layout number 1, or the left page, and these 2 go on the right page. So we'll set those off to the side here. And now we need 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of these sunflower ones, 1 of this checkered one. We need 4 green, and we need 3 of these beautiful sangria ones. And we need, I think, 5 of these desert rose ones, and 4 of these. There we go. Now, so here we have all our pieces that we need for this. Here, I'm going to put my die cuts with the rest of those die cuts down there. So you're going to use, for the base page of this one, we're going to use the desert rose. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Close to My Heart paper, but it all has a light side and a dark side. So it's up to you kind of what side you want to use. Do you want to use the dark side or the light side? I'm going to use the dark side for mine. So you notice on some of these, they want you to cut some pieces off. It tells you down here to trim 1/2 inch off the sides of a few of the pieces, because you don't want them to show out the edge when you're doing once you put the cover on it. So the ones we need to cut are 2 of our green and 1 of our desert rose and 1 of our sangria pieces. So to do this, what I did is I just put this over 1/2 inch here, and then I just made sure my tips are lined up on here so that I know it's going to be straight, like that. So just put the tip over to the 1/2 inch mark and line up this here. And it doesn't really matter which corner you take off, because these are all switched around in different, like the patterns don't always line up. And now I found on this one, when I was doing the other page, that in the instructions they tell you how to do it at the top, but I prefer to do it from the bottom because then you get a straight edge to start from. And I'm just going to use my scrapbooking ruler here, and I'm just going to put up, I think it worked that we did just 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom. So I'm just going to lay this out now and see if, because we just want to make sure that we get it right. So we'll see about where we put these to about where we want to start putting our other ones. Looks like that looks too far. I think it was 1/2 inch that I did it. I think 1/2 inch would be good, because when it's going to be a 1/4 inch, the piece that we put on top, but there's going to be a 1/4 inch around all the sides. So let's just do it at 1/2 inch and see where we end up. So we'll lay all these out. That one goes here. And so when this one goes here, yeah, that's good. We're about 1/2 inch over here. That'll make it work pretty good. So what I did is I lined this green one up where the bottom of it is at about 4, 1, 2, 3, 3 3/4, the tip. And I think that should give us a pretty good base for everything. So now we can start gluing these down. So let's just slide this one here so the tip's at 1 3/4 there. Okay, so once that's down, we can build all from there. So now we're going to put a sunflower piece on. Next. That. There we go. And then next, let's put this straight piece on. Because once you have the first one straight, then all the rest of them will look pretty good. The other one we cut the corner off of. Hopefully you guys can see this all in the frame of my camera. Okay, good. There. And then we're going to use the checkered pattern. And then we'll put down another green one. There we go. And then we can add this other one that we cut the corner off of. And there you have it. So that's just the basis. Now we just gotta glue the rest of these down. I really like this new desert rose color that Close to My Heart came out with. I just think it's so beautiful. There we go. This takes a little bit of time, but the rest of the page comes together pretty fast. Yeah, and that's about 3/4 of an inches. So yeah, so we want to put 1/2 inch on these ones, and then away we go. Just a few more here to put down. And then we'll put the base on. So these two pieces, they don't have any pattern on the back because they're those specialty papers that only come in this kit, which I think is pretty fun. And get some extra patterns in. There we go. Well, looks like I cut this one a little bigger, but it doesn't matter because we're going to take our leaf cutout now, and we're just going to put adhesive on the back, and we're going to just stick it down right across here. So there we go. Now we have all the adhesive down. So I find I like to line things like this up at the top. And the reason why I do it up at the top is because I find that's where your eye will go first. So it's best to get that part pretty straight and not worry so much about the bottom. So there we have it. Isn't that gorgeous? That beautiful pattern we made is now shining through. So we got that perfectly. Okay. Now we're going to put our different layers on and layer that up. So these are our photo mats. I'm just going to take these place card holders. So you don't have to use these, but I like using them. I don't know if you guys notice, sometimes your pictures, they need a little pop of white around. So you can put your picture on like exactly over this white space, or you can leave just a little bit of white edge. Looks really nice. It's up to you, or you don't even have to use them at all. But for me, I'm always printing my pictures out later so I can make them the sizes I want them to be. That. Now, so I'm going to start first by putting my photo mats down, and then we'll build the embellishments around them. So, I don't know if you guys like to use lots of foam tape, but I know I do. So this first one, I'm just going to line up on my mat here. The instructions say that the top is about 1 3/8 in, and the bottom is about 1 3/4, and it's about 5 inches down from the top. 5 inches? Yeah, so this is the 7 mark here. I'm just going to slide this right up to about there. I think that looks pretty good. Swing that out. And now this one, I'm going to actually put foam tape in the back. So I like to do this. I like to pop up some of my photos just to give the page added dimension and interest. So we are going to pop up this one. I love foam tape. One of my favorite things. Just gives so much more interest to your artwork. Okay, so now this one we are just going to place so it's overlapping a little bit, and so that it's about 3 inches down from the top. So that's why I like using my Versamat. It just helps me line everything up. So about 3 inches down from the top, we're just going to tip it so this is kind of above it, like that. There we go. And now we have some cutouts to put on. So here is this fun little one. We're just going to tuck it right down under this corner. This one we're just going to glue flat down like that. And then let's take this one. Now these here, they have centers for the flowers, and I'm just going to use my thin foam tape. It's not quite as thick as the stuff I used to pop up the picture. And I'm just going to use it to add some dimension when I put the center on this flower, like this. And I want to use the regular thickness one to pop it up because then it will match this photo mat here. So we're just going to put some squares. I'm just going to do the center, so it will kind of bend a little bit. And then we can just tuck that right over top of these two here, just like that. And then we have these great little leaves that were in our cutouts. And these we're just going to glue directly down to our page. I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of those. Okay, so we'll tuck this one in here and kind of go like that. That look pretty good, yeah. There we go. Stick it there. Okay, so those are down, and we have our 3 journal strips. Let's just give those a bit of glue on the back and stick them down. And then we'll start adding our stickers and our wooden pieces. Here we go. Now, let's hope we're getting these straight. I think I should probably use my ruler. Use my ruler and line this up at about 3.5. We'll just see if we're getting these on. I'm not very good at seeing straight, so I use a ruler for lots of stuff where it gets pretty wonky. Yes, I did have it crooked. There we go. So once the first one's on straight, the other ones go on pretty good. Just leave a little gap in between. So these are our little journal strips to write out the pictures. There we go. Okay, so now those are on, and so now we need our little sticker sheet. So down here at the bottom, we're going to stick this great little circle on. Right here. Okay, and then over that one it has this cute little arrow. We're just going to add that to the middle of that circle, just like that. Then they have this little tag sticking out, so it's going to be a little shorter than what the tag is. And when I like to, because I don't want to stick a whole bunch beyond that picture, I just like to use my paper trimmer and just trim this, because these are paper stickers, so you can just trim them right on your cutter. I don't know if you guys can see that. I think it was probably too low. And then see how you have that? So that'll make it quite easy to then tuck this behind this picture like that. Oh, we gotta take out the circle. There we go. We're just going to tuck it right in behind this picture like that. So there's our, oh, there's one more sticker. There's this great little one. It says loved. And we're just going to tuck it right under the top of this here. There we go. And now let's dump out our Bloom with Grace wood shapes. And there is this great little one here. So to put these on, I use glue dots. Just in behind. Just gonna stick that up so it, there we go. And then we have this narrow little leaf one, and I'm gonna add glue dots to the back of it as well. There we go. And this we are just going to pop right kind of under the edge of this, which because we have this popped up, it works quite good. There we go. And then we have 2 other little hearts in this pack, so we need one of the outline ones and this little tiny one. I'm gonna grab some glue dots for those. Whoops, I'm throwing stuff. Throwing stuff around. These are gonna go right here. Stick those on. Add that here. Okay, so that page is done, except if you got the stamp set to do the little add-ons, like at the optional stamp set, I'm just going to show you where those things go. So we're just going to take espresso ink. This is espresso. We're just going to go and set it up over here. And I already got the Stand Tall and Find the Sun. I have that already on a block. I'm just going to take the foam from the stamp set and put it under this edge just so we get a really clear, crisp image. So let's just ink this up. And we're just going to stick this right on this bottom edge, like that. Get my little stamp chamois out. Let's clean this off. There we go. And then we also have a bunch of hearts. The stamp set has a bunch of little hearts, and we are going to add those to this. So let's do the ones over here first. So there's different sizes. So we're going to take the medium one here. We're just going to stamp up here. And we're going to stamp down here. And then we're going to add to it the little light, the tiniest one. Let's get it off the edge. There we go. And now we're going to take and move our foam to this upper corner here. There we go. And we're going to stamp some more. So we're just going to make a little. So these are pretty free-handed. It's kind of whatever you like. So there's 3 big ones, and then we'll do a bunch of the medium-sized. One here, one here, one out here. And now let's fill it in with the little one. So one here, one up here. Let's see. Here, and one more up there. So there we go. So there you have it. This is the right page of layout number 1. So I hope you guys enjoyed crafting with me this morning and seeing this, and hopefully you'll be able to pop into my Facebook page and see demos of the other pages. Okay, bye.